Hi friends, we back. I'm pretty excited. So welcome back to Learning Curve. I'm your girl Christy Joe and I am over the moon to be here with you today. I know it's been a really long time, and before we get into anything, I want to apologize. I'm sorry. I know I kind of just fell off. And it wasn't because I don't enjoy this. It was just because things weren't good in my life and I had to take care of that first. So thank you for your patience and for your understanding, and thanks for being back here with me. We're gonna have a good time. So if it's your first time joining me, this is just where we come to hang out, have a conversation, learn something new, and what we're learning about is always completely random. We pull it out of the bowl of unknowledge, I guess. I don't know. So we'll do that at the end, and that's how we'll know what we're talking about next time. What don't we do here? We don't write scripts, we don't rehearse, we don't edit, we don't do any of the things the really great videos do. So if that's what you're looking for, probably not the spot for you. No hard feelings, is what it is. So today we're learning about Kathmandu. What is Kathmandu? It is the capital city of Nepal, which is a country in Asia. And the name Kathmandu literally translates to wood pavilion. That's because there is a very holy temple that's built there. It's 3 stories tall. It's constructed completely of wood, which means there are no metal nails, screws, fastenings of any kind. And the legend is that all of the wood that was extracted for the construction of this holy temple came from one singular, very holy tree. The sad part of this is that in 2015, a really massive earthquake struck the region and almost completely destroyed this sacred monument. They are in the process of rebuilding it, and my understanding is that that process is quite successful, and I wish them all the best with this. I know that when you lose something that holds that kind of value in your heart, it really hits in a different kind of way. But I also know that if we look at historical data from when other religious monuments, places of worship have been destroyed, when they've been rebuilt, those people will find a great sense of connection to that, almost deeper than they previously did. So that's my wish for those people. So Kathmandu is an epicenter for culture, art, the dreamers, the thinkers, all the things that light my soul on fire. With that being said, it's no surprise to me that it's the kind of place that songs are written about. It makes perfect sense. But the legend of Kathmandu, that's what we're going to focus on today, because any exciting, great plays, like the kind that shape the culture of a nation, of course, they're going to have great stories attached. So what is the legend of Kathmandu? How did it come to be? So Kathmandu is a valley that sits at the base of the Himalaya mountains. And at one point in time, it was a lake. We know this to be true. There is scientific data that backs this fact up. Archaeologists and geologists have recovered rocks, sediment, studied layering, all of these things that show that this region was, in fact, at one point completely underwater. So the interesting thing when it comes to myths and folklore is that we can often pick out these little pieces of actual fact, actual provable truths. And that's what builds the legend, right? That's what gives it credence. That's what makes people continue to push the story generation to generation. So this is no different. This is definitely one of those times where we can find actual factual evidence that's going to contribute to the folklore. So back to the lake. You'd think that a lake at the base of the Himalayan mountains would be beautiful and serene and the place you'd want to be. This is not the case here though, guys. Like, this lake is filled with the Nagas, serpents. And I'm not just talking a few serpents, right? Like, it's brimming with them. It's teeming with them. Like, they're crisscrossing, they're writhing through each other. Like, you're not going to stick your big toe in this water because, like, there's so many of these things in here. And if that's not enough, the flowers atop the base of the lake have fire shooting out from the insides, like, violently, feverishly. And it's fueled by methane gas. Like, these gases are releasing, and it's just like setting the lake on fire. The largest of these flames is atop of Chopra Hill. And it's so massive, it's so brilliant, it's so luminous that people have actually come to worship the flame. I don't want to mess this part up. So it is worshipped as the representation of Adi Buddha. And people come from all over the world to come and worship this flame. And the royalty is no different. So at one point in time, Prince Manjushri, who's from the Wu Tai Shan region of China, visits to worship the flame. He brings his 2 wives with him, and they're all sitting there in awe of the flame. And a homie's like, yo, guys, I have an idea. Like, we should totally live here. Which makes sense, right? Like, it sounds like such a cool place. Why wouldn't you want to live there? But whatever, this is his plan. And because he's like a Chinese prince, they have superpowers almost, right? So he pulls out his sword and he swipes it through the earth. And all of the water just drains out of the lake. It takes with it the snakes, the fire, like all of the things that you don't want. And again, we come back to the factual evidence that feeds this legend, because the largest and deepest gorge in the entire world runs from Chopra Hill down into Kathmandu, what used to be the lake. So now, like, the people are all happy, right? Like, they're living in this spot, they're at the base of the mountains, they're in the valley, no more snakes, no more fire, like, no more bullshit. Everything's cool, right? Happy ending to the story. You guys know that's not how it's gonna go. Sorry for the clapping. I really just, like, get excited. So anyway, who's gonna show up to, like, ruin the day? But of course, it's gonna be a demon. And this demon's name is Banasura. And Banasura is like, not happening, people. We ain't gonna be this happy. There's no dancing in the streets. So he plugs the lake back up. It fills back up with water, the snakes, the fire. Like, we're back to the start. Sorry, Prince. So Krishna is gonna come to save the day because evil never wins, right? Like, isn't that how it goes? Good has to swipe in and defeat evil. So Krishna comes in, defeats Banasura, slays him, the lake drains again, everything goes back to its peaceful nature, and that is the story of how Kathmandu came to be. Current day, there are roughly just over 300 sacred monuments in this one city, and that's pretty remarkable because we're not talking about like a region, a state, a county, a country, nothing like that at all. We're talking about one city that contains all of this rich culture, substantial contributions to the nation as a whole. And so it really is kind of a magical place. So I ain't gonna hate on the myth. I mean, I hope you don't either. So this one was kind of like straightforward. There's not a whole lot of information out here, which made it a little less fun for me, but I'm just like so happy to be back with you that I'm not going to let that ruin my day. I'm also going to apologize for this one being so long. You guys know that I actually like to keep them around like 3-4 minutes, but I haven't got to see you in a while. So, like, I'm sorry. So, final order of business. What are we learning about next time? All right. I can almost unfold this. We are learning about nightingales, which is kind of cool because I really love birds, and I don't think that's going to get that, but we'll try. All right. See you guys next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Peace.